Hi, Taurus. Oh, my microphone's all the way over there. Hi, Taurus. It's good to see you. I felt like today was Wear Your Mother's Pearls Day because she's been with me. So I'll show her I still got them. I still got them. The moon's in Gemini right now, so please watch your friends stumble, because that's probably going to be a thing for you. Venus, oh, your ruler's in your sign, and it's past that crazy point. Something may have been identified, and in a good way, it looks like we're going to take that thing, we're going to move in a right direction. That's what I'm seeing. Uranus in the last degree of your sign squaring Mars. Things can pop off, any kind of attachment to that. It can look like an emergency, but you know, you're Taurus. You know, I worked with this Taurus lady once, and the office I was in, there'd be like ruckus out of nowhere, you know, and she'd just sit back and watch everybody go down, you know. I'll never forget that lady. She was a nice lady. I liked her a lot. Good worker. So, yeah. Venus in your sign, opposite Juno, coming out of a square with Mars. A decision that was made, but quite possibly some kickback. That should be normal for you. I'm trying to see what else is there, because the chart is sort of showing that you're the one that's in control over something. You're the one that's taking the lead with something. And sometimes that's a really good thing. Yeah. Let me go ahead and I'll change the screen, because I think Uranus leaves July 7th. And in the next few weeks, we might have something really large kind of show up for you. So I want to lay the cards and see what that could possibly be. I'm going to change the screen for us. Ba-doop. I know mine is usually the taxes or something crazy like that, you know. A medical bill or something that shows up. And you're like, again? Leave me alone. Alright, so I'm going to shuffle for the Taurus. Yes, I put on all my jewelry today. It's a very Taurus thing to do. Kai had knocked my camera setup over because he's awesome like that. Okay. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Please, for Taurus, for the end of June 2025, for the beginning of July 2025, show me what that Uranus leaving Taurus is going to look like. Show me that Venus passing Uranus. Uranus leaving the sign of Taurus. Taurus for 2025. Oh, all right. This one came first, and there's the Seven of Swords. Ace of Pentacles in the upright. To the Tower. Boom. We have some what kind of drama is this? And the Justice card. Ooh, King of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. Wow. Holding steady. Holding steady. Let me get my handy dandy out. I have a Gemini here, a Sagittarius. It doesn't surprise me that there's Sagittariuses that like show up in your reading. I have a Libra, a Leo, another Sag card, but this Leo situation is covering the dark principle. This is only a light principle. All right, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to sit with it for a second. I'll turn the video back on. Every time I do this, I turn the video back on like 10 seconds later, so let me do it again. Wait a second. No, that was more like a minute and a half. We have a tower thing back here. I don't know if you want me to open it up because you would know better than I would. Oh, I have the veil. That's number 17. I'm pretty sure that's the Star card and the Four of Cups in the reverse. So there was an outcome that we needed back here and a strong disappointment on how it played out. A desire and a wish for things to operate really the way that you wanted them to. Like, I can tell that with the clarifiers here, you had given something of your time or your efforts. You may have even spent more time building yourself up in a particular skill or knowledge of some kind, and wanting to exercise that knowledge, wanting to put it into effect. And wow, the entire thing got dropped. Like, the whole thing got dropped. Because someone was playing a game. They thought this was a game. I have a soulmate card in the reverse here. I'll put it up to the camera. A soulmate card right there in the reverse. So this could definitely have included. Now, I'm catching also that someone, if someone was like playing around in a relationship, because the Ace of Cups is there pointing to the 10 of Trees and the Star card. So maybe a performance of some kind was given and it shouldn't have been. I'm also kind of catching the type of games, because to me, from this far back, it looks like the entertainer here is juggling hearts in the air. And I can see like playing around with someone's feelings. And you may have stepped in and just shut the whole thing down. The next set of cards that come out, because we're at the 10 of Pentacles here, and this is what I saw before I turned on the camera. I have 1 pentacle here, and then I have 9 up top. And I can see this 7 of Swords guy is running away from the event of the Tower. I'll put the Tower back down so we can see what that was. And this 7 of Swords person, it's almost like they crashed it out with the 10 of Wands in the reverse. The whole thing didn't get done. I have a Mystic here, so maybe someone knew what was going on. Geomancer in the reverse. This is someone who didn't know where they stood with a person, basically. You know, someone who was always, what would you call it? Magical, wondrous, but they never really understood. They never really understood where they stood with a person. So we have someone vague, being very vague, and not getting things prepared the way that it was supposed to get prepared. So it seems like we have a plan of action of some kind that was supposed to be put into place. And what is that? The Judgment card. It looks like whoever was feeling like the mouse to the cat, whoever the mouse was, the mouse bit back. I'm just going to say that. But as this guy, the Seven of Swords, runs away, there's a communication that sort of says, with this Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups in the reverse, I very well could have contributed to this situation. And maybe I'm barely just getting away from it. You know, just the whole thing kind of tumbled in a moment. And I'm moving myself to this place on this side where I feel safe. And then we have a major decision that's being made. I don't want to get to that Four of Wands yet. You can tell with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse that there's some sort of negative karma that's attached to what happened. And it affects a soulmate, soul contract person here. Right here. A choice that was made. I'm kind of also catching that, especially with the Justice card, on one side it's pointing towards the sun, what someone has created, and on the other side I have a close relationship of some sort that carries with it a lot of memories, maybe even strong bonding, but one that has been there through the course of time. And, you know, a growing up with a particular person and feeling emotionally more mature. The challenge, of course, has been, what are we going to do about this person here in the middle? Doing right by the Six of Cups person. And someone showing the initiative and the effing care, really, to get up and make something move. Right here it shows me that it was one person's responsibility to follow through with something here. And make sure that Ten of Wands either got done or undone, because the clarifiers showed me that they were undone. So, major judgment here, a major judgment call. Someone who has been in a leadership position. I'm also kind of catching, it's really hard for me to like pull my eyes away from this King of Pentacles. I'm going to say it because I feel it. And I do. If this Justice card represents something legal, it could be a divorce, yes, but I'm not feeling like it's a divorce. I'm feeling as if it's like an inheritance. I know that sounds weird, but it could very well talk about someone who has built a legacy of some kind with a person, you know, looking at their responsibility of doing something, following through with something. And I have a person who is saying, I very well could have contributed to a problem here. And then someone else steps up and says, well, what do you think we need to do about this? Show me what else Taurus needs to know here. Because it's like someone getting away. Look at that star card in the upright. Aquarius. Oh, don't tell me that one of you might have been a little... This would be like someone who didn't really give a damn to step up to the plate and give something an effort, even if it was like past their due date. Down here, the cards would say, this is not something normally I do. There's something that's broken. I don't know how to operate it. Wow, so we have something that's shut down. It shut down. It stopped moving. It was a death card issue, and it should have moved along appropriately. Oh, dude, look at this. This a-hole, this is someone who is completely steady and balanced at living life with negative values. And they're cool with it, you know. I'm also hearing someone who is absent from the idea of having a family. And they're okay with that. Separation from a person seems to matter. Separation from a person, feeling oh wow, I have to step up, and 2 Gemini cards are in the reverse. And there's definitely judgment here. Look at the 6 of Pentacles and the World card in the upright. All right, I'm going to say it again. This is a very large something where we could have an appointment or a date that removes land from a document. Land could have been removed from a document because I have this 9 of Pentacles here. Usually the 9 of Pentacles represents like a Virgo, maybe a Capricorn. It could be you, Taurus. Yes, it could be you. But this person has found something, and there's paperwork here that proves. It's almost like finding a photograph or an email of some kind, and it proves that this other person was totally cool with pretty much breaking the rules. Taurus is feeling at a loss for the moment. However, I also see a relationship quite possibly with a Leo. Oh, we're trying to take someone we love out of the picture. We want to put someone in our car, take them away from a life experience of some sort, and say, that's it, bitches, we're leaving. Now, if there was an intention back here, Taurus, an intention that required a commitment of some kind, and a person just dropped the whole thing and ran off, I can see that whatever this person was looking at, maybe it had a lot of work and someone couldn't do, or they haven't been able to. I have a divine masculine here who has kept silent. They may have also been toned down. This desire to come in and sort of be with you or see you, be a part of not just your memories in your life, but building in some sort of way. There's a conversation back here with a person. Maybe they told you, I went ahead and cut the line. I went ahead and dropped the situation. Yay, we should celebrate the whole thing. Woohoo! And you might be questioning here. Look, 8 of Cups in the reverse. There's that 4 of Cups in the upright again. 6 of Pentacles in the upright. Is this like some sort of exchange? It very well could be an exchange of some kind. If we're waiting for results of money, finances, help, assistance in something, what I'm looking at here is someone who is waiting for the day and the moment they can drop everything and kind of go tend to themselves. This dissatisfaction of perhaps running a home, being in a house, living in a situation. If you're lonely and you don't want to be alone in the house, maybe you're upset that an animal of yours is gone to visit their grandpapa. but there's an emotional dissatisfaction that's attached to the direction of the divine feminine. A divine feminine who's holding an injustice, something they did and created, and the damage caused from that caused a rift between a loved one. The divine feminine tries to come in and give aid and assistance, but it's not necessarily enough to get to the 10 of Pentacles. There's the 7 of Pentacles in the upright. Wow, we're asking someone here who has very little. That's effed up, dude. Okay. I'm just going to say, see this 10 of Pentacles in the reverse? I don't know if this person stole something or took something. We're starting off with an individual who was already at a low point. They were already at a low point. I have a person over here who is in a strong, safe, stable position. They're not looking at the Empress back here and the condition. Maybe this person lied to a bunch of people and said they were somebody when they weren't. Or they had the proper credentials and they didn't. If they had everything arranged and they surely didn't, This isn't just stringing someone along. It's sort of like keeping someone on the edge of their seat. Coming in there and taking 6 pentacles and giving 6 pentacles to the King of Pentacles. You see how it's like thievery? How can you take from a person that barely has anything? Someone making a very logical choice and decision about this Empress card in the reverse. And she's in the reverse and upset. Expectations right here in the middle to go above and beyond in some weird way. And I'm also hearing this very well could have been the, the standard. This person comes in, they give us 6. We pay them King of Pentacles, they only give us 6. And the minimum requirement is an 8. And they don't have it. Whoever this is, they don't have the experience. They don't have the time. They don't have the money. And they explain that to another person. Hey, I'm not in the best position. You don't seem to understand. My struggle is here, and the other person is sort of saying, dude, if you couldn't do it, right, with the Queen of Pentacles in the verse, if you couldn't do it, you just should have said something. Somebody should have said something. Man, I'm hot. I am so hot. Where's my scrunchies? Oh, hey. That'll work. I really am hot. Oh, the past 2 days have been unbearable in here. Not being able to meet another person's expectations and one party saying, but that's just the minimum requirement is to give aid and assistance or to, you understand what I'm saying? Ooh, King of Swords. We have a King of Swords that's been watching the whole situation go down. How a person had the responsibility to complete and do an action. An action should have been done. They didn't keep their word. They could have signed a contract. Or they didn't want to sign a contract. I can see that as well. We have a major loss of some kind. And we're back at the mixing table here, because now we have to make a choice. If this is about safety, then a person is saying, I don't feel safe in a certain space. I don't feel safe sitting here. I don't feel safe. And maybe even trying to protect this Six of Pentacles person. Someone could be coming in and asking, hey, can we just go ahead and pay for a ticket and I'll fly to a different location where I will feel better? And someone is sort of in a regret that says, oh my God, we could have used this person during this time, but perhaps they're missing. Look at that. The Knight of Cups in the upright twice. 1, 2. Asking for yourself and asking for someone else. There's the Two of Cups in the upright. Wow. So, will we pick up this activity and finish it? Is there a consequence for someone dropping the ball? It could also be that someone gets fired, someone gets let go. I'm seeing that as well, because the lack of understanding and, certifications. I have some sort of female person over here. This person, they are an influencer. They're somewhere in the situation giving counsel. That's what I see here. It's sort of like, if my mother were here, this is how she would make this choice. If my father were here, he would have already driven us all the way up the road. Is there someone we can call to do this thing? If you don't have the money right here, then let's do a swap. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Cups. That's what this would be. What's the compromise here? How do we swap this thing out? Boom, 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 so that both parties are satisfied. Thank you, King of Pentacles, for telling me about a certain relationship. When it comes time to pay, though, someone doesn't have enough. So a negotiation that would satisfy both is kind of sitting on the table. Yeah, and we're missing a special person down here that we usually talk with. I feel that some of you might be, look at that, Two of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Some of you might be coming to a decision on whether or not to make a choice to move. To me, this is like moving locations. That's what it feels like to me. This can also be a negotiation in court that sort of says, let's go ahead and see if we can't get a settlement of some kind between the two of us without bringing the judge in, Someone could have history of doing this. There's that Two of Wands in the reverse. I don't like that. Because when someone's looking at the contract over here, oh, that's messed up. When they find this information, there's going to be a piece of information that's going to show something wrong. Where somebody lied, they cheated, and they did something for money here. And they knew it. They knew it was wrong, and they followed through with it anyway. This King of Swords, who has a tremendous amount of experience, is looking at the document over here. The person on my right thought, I got what I wanted, so I'm out. And now we're sitting in a new beginning of some sort on this side, where we're highlighting, someone is highlighting the cheating aspect of this. There was supposed to be half and half. There was supposed to be some sort of compromise here. And a person is bringing that up. They're saying that sort of thing. You promised me, you made a promise. I'm also asking you for help, and I'm doing it very sweetly, but I am kind of putting my foot down because I don't want to play stupid games around this thing. The one that did wrong here and knew they were not cooperating, man, they could have like signed this document falsely, and then we got it's almost like there's not a signed receipt that comes with this. You know, someone going to the end of the document and where's the signature paper? Oh, you signed it over here with your buddy. Oh, that's not mom's signature. You know, it's a lot like that. And it might be one of your kids that's skipping out on school and asking for some sort of, sign this for me, Mom. It could be. You never know. You never know. All right, let's do the In the Shadows, Taurus. Give me a few cards for Taurus, please. Show me Taurus for the end of June, beginning of July. What does this person want to say to Taurus? What does this person want to say to Taurus, please? You're so easy to see through. There's that King of Swords. I know we have a soul connection. You were not part of my plan, and I think that was someone's responsibility. They could have just... I know getting caught wasn't part of this person's plan, you know what I mean? It says, yes, it is too late. That's why, you know, if something was sold and it's gone, if something is broken and it's gone, it's too late. That's what this person is saying. It says, your body language says so much. I never want to feel that way again. I fear that you will reject me. I've been struggling. I understand you better now. And you did not imagine it. I am happy that it's over. Okay. Over here on the left, this is someone who kind of gets stuck in a rut. Doing something that makes them happy, and they do it, and they do it again, and they do it again, and they do it again. And this Four of Cups person is like, hurry the F up. Hurry up, you know. Hurry up. If you're issuing orders, if you're going to call a draft, whatever the F that you're going to do, just go ahead and call it, you know. If this is the direction that something's going to go in, I don't want to hang about. Oh man, I can also see how someone is missing the company of another person. I just saw that. Someone is missing the company of another person. There's something here this person has to accomplish. But what they... I don't know, it's sort of like looking at others who have more experience than you do, and they're moving with high rate of speed. You know it would make them happy, but there's a question here of missing someone and waiting to hear back from them, but you haven't. Someone hasn't heard back from this person. They want to move this issue forward. And if there's any kind of rejection, they kind of want to remove it. But, you know, what I'm looking at is a Taurus here who is sad because someone here made them very happy. It made them feel whole and complete. They had everything, and this person is making a decision that seems fair. It's fair. They explain to you here, this isn't what I want. You know, and I want a certain behavior of some kind to end. And they say it very nicely. And I guess the way that this person says it, it makes sense. It makes sense that things have to end because they're not equal on both sides. It can also talk about, you know, someone not showing up because it wasn't equal on both sides. Someone not showing up because nobody even said anything. That there was a thing going on. I didn't know a thing was going on, did you? Let's do the hidden oracle. Hidden truth oracle. Show me some cards for Taurus, please. It's like someone showed an egregious amount of disrespect and disloyalty to kind of finding out the whole thing before making a choice or a decision. This person is saying, actually, I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. You know what I mean? It's time for me to heal now, though. You know, I gotta go, man. I can't stop thinking about you. The timing, it just wasn't right for us. And now I'm not available. Not available, said the squirrel. Squirrel! Finding out the truth actually crushed me. I couldn't let you get close to me. I wish I had treated you better. Oh, man. Okay, so that's crazy. I wish things could be different. I replay our conversations over and over. The person I'm looking at here has like a really badass memory. Whoever this person is. They have like a kick memory, dude. I hide behind material things. Okay. It's this one. We will be together again. I feel you leaving me behind. I want to tell you how I feel. And then I hid who I really am from you. So someone is confessing to the other that you're always on their mind. They think about you constantly. They also took the situation between the both of you as a spiritual lesson, which is kind of awesome, I would say. It's kind of really cool, you know. Yeah. They're in another phase of healing. They could have used negativity or half-assing things. Half-assing a try. Let's just say the truth. Let's just half-ass any kind of try because they're afraid. They could have been dealing with something psychological here. And again, you know, the fear factor thing. There's a long story between the two of you. And I have one party that's wanting to help release the pain. You know, I'm willing to show up to try to help release the pain. Yeah. Oh. Sometimes I look at the cards and I think, is this one of my loved ones on the other side? I know that's crazy, but maybe it's not. What did you want from me? I've been here before with others. Thank you for leaving me. I took the easy way out. I was careless with you. It's like one party is really negative, and then the other party is like positive. One person took the struggle as, feeling conquered. And the other person is sort of like, I'm going to use this in future. Thank you so much. Show me some cards. This is from The Art of War, Taurus. Ooh. Says reason over power. Let's go to the back. Sun Tzu said, in all fighting, the direct method may be used for joining battle, but indirect methods will be needed in order to secure victory. So in an argument, the most determined, loudest, or nastiest contestant may win with little reason involved. To use influence over power to win is harder. Someone highly skilled at using indirect methods will win without their adversary even knowing there was a fight. To do this, you need to understand the situation better than the others to get reason into play. And yeah, really strong lack of understanding. It's almost like someone got really, really comfortable with the way that things were, and they just started getting loosey-goosey. And the other person was like, no, we shutting this down today. Embracing change. Change is inevitable, but many are scared of it. Major life events, leaving home, quitting a job, splitting up with a partner, marriage, or divorce are stressful. Prepare for the worst, but taking the right risks at the right time will ensure you get through it. The best way to prepare for change is to be the one driving it. And Taurus, you guys usually love to do that, but when someone else is driving, man, that'll drive you nuts. So you got to work on that, please. Sun Tzu said, if in the midst of difficulties we are always ready to seize an advantage, we may extricate ourselves from misfortune. So I would fairly say that someone had an opportunity and they missed the bus, and they're both learning. It's just, I don't know how much suffering is involved with the cards at play. Magician in the reverse, Seven of Swords in the upright, the Lovers in the reverse. I do see trying to find an easier compromise. It's just, look, this card right here with the girl, and she's got her hand over her ear and her eyes are closed. It's shutting down, creating a wall, ghosting someone, and the card says fulfilling a fantasy. So this is a person who is just sitting in the normal, not looking at how things really were moving along. They got too comfortable. Okay. Total drama and then action. Yeah, someone could have literally said it takes too much effort to create action of equality. Like there's too much effort here. Somebody's not doing, and we need to move it along. Check yourself is in the reverse. So yeah, I do think that someone kind of went outside of the bounds here. However, another person doesn't have the emotional fortitude to, this to me is someone who hasn't worked on emotions. Maybe they speak harshly. Maybe they only concern themselves with themselves. Maybe they can't see the damage that their behavior has done to another. It's that sort of thing. Because what I'm seeing here is we needed action to happen, and it didn't. And now we've lost a beautiful connection with another person. Other people could be talking to this person, oh my God, I can't believe you did that. And they just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Could have been about a divorce, and then they just shut down. It says, I hate nothing about you. And the truth is, this person is so in love with the other one. Red lipstick stain is in the reverse. So So there's no, it's almost like no sexual contact. Hater and police caught. This person showed a lot of bravado. I'll say that. They're a bugaboo to you too. This could have been somebody who said, you can't fulfill me in an area of my life that has a need. I have a need. I have a need. I also think this insecure about it's like someone being a police officer trying to police another person up. There's a relationship here that kind of got stolen, you know. That's what it's saying to me. Oh. I feel abandoned by you, and it is triggering my childhood traumas. I'm going through a roller coaster of emotions, but I won't admit it. Poker face, man. This one says, I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you see inside me. Strong resistance of intimacy here. And someone may, I don't know, it's bold. Whatever this person has done is kind of bold. And the other person is looking at them like, what the F, man? I tried to run from this connection, but my soul craves you. I am afraid that your feelings for me are not mutual. I don't think so, bro. I got the Two of Cups here. It's just, I think this person is saying we can fix it. We just have to come to some sort of agreement here. And understanding. We have to kind of open up our mouth and not really be hard with one another. We need to see which direction we're moving in. We are living two separate lives. Really? Because that's a dumb excuse. I'm just saying we're living separate lives. If one person here is living a lie, and they're wearing a mask, and that's part of what you hate, but maybe the message is coming from a person that you think is a hater, right? My mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. Okay, well, there are feelings of anger inside me that I need to release before I explode. Rejecting you was protecting myself. I was being selfish. I have a coward, and then I have a braggart. I have lost all control of my life. I keep messing up. Nobody wants to hear that shit. First things first, right? Don't think about anything else. First things first. Know your needs from your wants. Are you really needy? Are you really wanty? But you got to know your needs over your wants. And then you got to slow that roll all the way down. And be like, what is the most important value inside of you? You know, one of the values that you would have, so to speak. I value integrity. Okay, then sift through all the areas of your world and see how much your integrity is at play. Will you do the right thing, whether someone's watching or not? Is that who you are? Or do you need to like sharpen up on that skill, right? Are you still holding on to your ex's bullshit? Because the truth is, you really want them to come back, right? And you're lying to yourself. That's not integrity, right? Sharpen up your skills, people. Sharpen up your skills. This is like first quarter, first awakening group. So if you're new here, hi. This information was given to us like, I don't know, 6 years ago, right? So let's share, let's pass it on. It says, I cannot listen to your voice. It affects my soul. Someone really sensitive to how the other person talks because they don't ever talk. This connection bores me to death. I need something more exciting. It's difficult for me to process my emotions. I am not available right now. Wow. All right, Taurus, that's a really long reading. I hope that you enjoy your summer. And Heather and I are, like, we're doing it. We're doing it. We're doing it. I love you guys very much. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Put on the notifications. Heather and I are doing the $25 email readings, and now they're just now coming into my email box, which is really awesome, you guys. Our calendars are open for readings, and we do need to make some money. So do what you did before and pitch us, man. Pitch us to your friends. Pitch us to your family. We'd really appreciate your support right now. We love you, and we'll talk to you guys later. Bye.